Okay, everybody, this is the Big G, Gary D, and I'm going to try to show you how to change a battery in a DELL 7000 machine. Now, apparently there are 2 or 3 different types of these machines, and there's a couple other videos on YouTube that show you how to do this, but this is a slightly different battery than the other ones. So first of all, you have the proper ingredients for this recipe, correct? First things first, you need a battery. That usually helps. If you're going to replace a battery, you might want a new battery, right? Okay. Then we need one of these things. This is called a screwdriver. It is a tool. Okay. Next, in member of the ingredient family is this. A bottle of Corona Extra. I'll explain that later. And of course, the fourth piece of the member of this recipe is a computer. See, without the computer, there'd be no point in watching this video, would there? Because you're going to change a battery, right? Okay, so we're all clear on that. Okay, so now, first things first. Got to make sure the machine is off. Then you flip it over. Okay. Then the next thing you need to do is to grab this thing I told you about a minute ago, which was a screwdriver. And you got to take these things out. Now, these 10 things are called screws. Okay, so you might want to do that. Take them out one at a time, and please don't lose them. It's not nice to lose these little screws. They're a pain in the you-know-what to get back. Well, you can find them, I'm sure. But anyway, this is what this happens here. Okay, so give me a few seconds here to get these rascals out of here, and then we'll take the bottom part off to expose the inners. Wish performing brain surgery was this easy. Ugh. And by the way, for those of you watching at home, in accordance with the rules of the CDC, the FBI, and the CIA, and NSA, and all the other agencies out there, and of course my dear wife, I just want you to know that this video has been properly sterilized. You will not catch any coronavirus from this thing, so it's a safe video. Okay. You can see it takes a couple minutes to get this stuff out, provided they come out. And get these things out, like so. And once we do that, it becomes easier to take the back off. It's what we call popping the lid. So actually, you want to start here in the back, start popping things off, which for me it was a little easier to do it this way. Okay, and then we expose the inners. And as you can see, this beat a battery. This is the rascal you're going to change. Okay, just lay that aside for a few seconds. Now, you need that wondrous little tool that I was telling you about called the screwdriver. You got one screw here, one screw here, one screw here, one screw here. You also have these things down here, these long things that are red and black. They're called wires, and they go with the speaker. So you got to get them out of the little grooves here that are on part of the battery. That's all part of the battery. Up here, this is the connector you're going to take out because you're going to put that into the new battery. So take the screws out. Here we go. There's one. 2. Okay, take these 2. Oh, and Philip Ramsey, if you're watching this video, I keep getting calls for you on my cell phone, and I'd appreciate if you take care of that business and get rid of those people. I think one is from your ex-wife's lawyer, and the other one is from the IRS. So if you could take care of that for me, I'd appreciate it. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now these little screws, better watch out for them because they're smaller than the other screws. But you still get them out. Anyway, now you got to remove the red and black wires out of there. Get them out of the way. So take a little like pair of tweezers here and just kind of pull them out. That's all you really need to do. And you want them away from the battery when you're kafutzing with this thing. Okay, there you go. Then you got this thing right here we got to tackle. Okay. And whenever you're ordering a battery for this machine, always use this number down here, which is says DELL 38WH, and it has a number down here, type F62G0. Sorry about that. Okay. Then you lift the battery up and pull it out the way. So this is some kind of electrical tape. It's a little bit of a mess to take off, but you can take it off. The problem is putting it back down. There you go. Get that off of here. And then the connector kind of slips right out. See that? Ain't that beautiful? Just like that. And then you take the battery out. And then the battery just lifts right up like that. See? Just like that. Whoops. Get that out the way. There you go. See? Battery comes right off. And you just put that aside. And you get the new battery, which slips in. What the hell? How the hell did that get in there? IL10403297A. Huh. I think that's the right. That's the 50 I lost last week at the MGM over at the National Harbor. Huh. The casino over there. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, here is the new battery. There we go. And as you can see, it's upside down. It's right. Okay. There we go. And you got the right face here. This is what you're looking for right here. Type F62G0. Okay, so we're going to lay this battery ostensibly back down to where it was over those 4 connection pieces. Get the wires out the way, the speaker wires. And we're going to try to connect the connector back to this new battery. Okay. Now, nobody said this was going to be the easiest thing in the world, but there it is. You kind of get it in there kind of nice and snug. And put the tape back down. I'm going to check this one more time to make sure I did that right. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then put the tape on it and try to get it down as much as you can. No money down there, is there? Okay, good. Okay. Now, we got to take the 4 little screws, put them back on. So, we'll do that. Do this. Do that. And of course, it's upside down. And again, this one too. There we go. Now, little magnet here. Put this one back in where it belongs. And we take this amazing little tool called a screwdriver and we put the battery back in. There we go. Okay. Okay. Put this in here like this. Okay, now we got to put these speaker wires back in place, as you can see. There we go, right there. They go up and down, there you go, right in place, there you go, right in there. Good as, well, maybe not as good as new, but anyway, it looks better than my birth certificate, so we should be okay. Okay, so let's put the bottom back on. Get it lined up. And you'll hear some clicking and everything else. Then you got to put those other 10 screws back in place. Hopefully your fingers will be a lot more nimble than mine are. I'm kind of one of these guys that you do it, you got to be done right the first time or forget it. See what I mean? Okie dokie. Okay. Then you begin the daunting task of having to screw the screws back in. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now, whoops, down to one screw left. There we go. Okay, so everything should be back intact like that. Flipping it over like that. Open it up and it didn't work, which is good. What you want to do is grab the cord and plug it in and flip it on. And hopefully, with any luck, it should work. See, and this is where the corona comes in. You see, if the machine doesn't come back on, you did something wrong. And that's where the corona comes in. Beautiful, isn't it? See, if the machine doesn't come on, couple of swigs of this, you won't give a damn how this machine works or not after that. So, unfortunately, that's my face. Oh, what an ugly face. Anyway, looks like the power's back in play. So, there it is. And, anyway, there it is. So you're back up and running. Now all you got to do is let this thing charge the battery for a couple hours or whatever, and you're back in business. Okie dokie. So just remember, if all else fails and it doesn't work, there's your corona. Anyway, this is Gary D signing off. Hope you learned something from this. And if you didn't, well, what the heck. Yeah, we should enjoy the beer, right? Okay, so take care. And my final thought is, the words of advice to you are, always remember that the capital of Idaho is Boise. Bye-bye.